NightChild Reviews, and we're looking at the Dirty Mind album, 35 years old, and we're looking at the final track, track 8, called Party Up. Now, Party Up came about in an interesting way. Morris Day originally came up with a kind of idea and a kind of main riff of the song, and Prince said to him, I'll give you a choice. I'll either give you $10,000 now, bearing in mind this is 1980, so $10,000 was a considerable amount of money, or I will help you get a record deal. Now, Morris, thankfully, for Prince fans and the Time fans all over the place, he took the option of having a record deal, and that led to the Time being created, and also the Time, one of the greatest bands, with his work with Prince. So it's fantastic. Morris took that. So it's really interesting. This song came about. It really was, the beginning of the Time, the idea of the Time. Anyway, this is probably one of Prince's most angry songs. I think this really is his angry anti-war protest song. This is really as explicitly anti-war I think as Prince ever got. In my mind, I always think of the Saturday Night Live performance where Prince and the band are kind of doing this angry chanting, and at the end they all run off, Prince, Dr. Fink, everybody runs off towards the camera, off stage, kind of in this angry punk protest way, that they're kind of a dangerous band, and they're kind of, they're coming at you, and they're kind of, out there. It was really interesting. Musically, it starts off kind of really with a fantastic keyboard slide into the song. You've got this spangly guitar, you've got really great bass work, you've got the synth sustain notes that just hold on for a few seconds, you've got hand claps. This is fantastic, but to me this is really about the important statement Prince is making, this kind of anti-war statement. It's a little bit like Uptown in the sense of it's about free love, violent, non-violence, and kind of being against violence, but I've got to say the lyrics are as explicitly anti-war as Prince ever gets. It's brilliant. He talks about revolutionary rock and roll, going uptown. How are you going to make me kill somebody I don't even know? Then he talks about they got the draft. I just laugh. Party up. It's fantastic. You talk about going uptown. I don't want to die. I just want to have a bloody good time, which is kind of classic Prince. And there's a part where it breaks down, and he talks about their half-baked mistakes. We get ice cream, no cakes. All lies, no truth. Is it fair to kill the youth? Party up. And this is a kind of a reaction to kind of this, I suppose, what Prince saw as the senseless militarisation of people and sort of the wars and the people dying, and it's kind of really pure political Prince. It's actually one of his best political statements. Toward the end as well is probably one of the best bits of this entire track. It's about 3:51. You've got the chant section where it's like a choir effect, but it goes in the round. So it will start one line, then that line will be repeated, but it'll come in and they'll kind of go over each other and kind of form one kind of mass. It's a fantastic sort of round robin technique, and talks about you're going to have to fight your own damn war because we don't want to fight no more. And it just builds. It's like you're going to have to fight your own damn war because we don't want to fight no more. And it's brilliant. Towards the end, the very last line, he kind of screams it, just makes it just a little bit higher. It looks like, you're going to have to fight your own damn war because we don't want to fight no more. And he just kind of, it's a brilliant kind of technique, and it really works. Interestingly, in that section, there's lots of little kind of background falsetto vocals that Prince is doing, so there's a lot going on in that last bit, and it's a real angry kind of protest. And it's really fascinating for me because this is such a sexual album. You've got Head, you've got Dirty Mind, you've got kind of even Sister is related to sex, and yet it's such a sexual album, and yet this is a song that ends with such a political statement, such an important and meaningful kind of political statement of being anti-war, being anti this kind of senseless killing of people. And it's just remarkable that with such a secular album, Prince makes such an important political point and an important anti-war point, and hopefully that doesn't get lost in that album because there's so much into this album. It's also a little tiny precursor to the next album, Controversy, where he goes into politics and why he talked to Russia, and controversy and lots of other things. So it's quite interesting that this final song just leads nicely into Controversy and the kind of idea of Prince, the kind of political songwriter. Anyway, I'm just going to leave you with my final paragraph review of this album, which will be coming up in 2 seconds. Just to say it's a fantastic album, a really sparse, funky, controversial album. This album, like I said, took guts. This took guts to say to Warner Brothers, this is what I want. These songs that sound like demos, these controversial songs about subjects, really controversial subjects, this is what I want to do. This is the moment Prince said, I'm not going to be like everybody else. I'm not going to play into the kind of genre people perhaps want to put me into, of making nice ballads and being kind of like not that controversial. I am going to be the artist I want to be, and I'm going to do the things I want to do. And this is the moment where Prince started to get the attention of a number of people, and that obviously continued with the next few albums up until the kind of huge explosion of Purple Rain. So this is a really key album in the Prince discography, in the sense that he was really becoming different. He was becoming Prince, and that's a really key thing about this. A fantastic album, a very short album, and yet such a powerful statement, such an amazing statement. And I tell you what, this has aged fantastically. I think this sounds clear, fresh, funky and fantastic to this day, 35 years old. So anyway, here's my one paragraph review, and thanks for watching.